I've spent my whole life being the responsible one, the reliable daughter who never caused trouble. Tonight, I'm about to make the biggest mistake of my life, and the worst part is, I know it. My name is Roslyn, and I'm staring at my laptop screen at 11:47 p.m., cursor hovering over the transfer button. $50,000. My brother Casey needs it for his startup, or so everyone keeps telling me. Just think about the family's future, Mom had said at dinner earlier, reaching across the table to squeeze my hand. Her pearl bracelet caught the light, a gift from Casey last Christmas. I got a scented candle. Casey stood at the head of the table, tablet in hand, pitching his revolutionary social media platform for pet owners. It's Instagram meets LinkedIn, but for dogs and cats. We're calling it PawNet. I pushed my food around my plate. Isn't that basically just regular Instagram? People already post their pets there. Roslyn, Dad's voice carried that familiar edge of disappointment. Your brother has worked hard on this business plan. The least you could do is show some support. Casey flashed his winning smile, the one that got him out of trouble all through high school. It's not just photos, sis. We're talking pet play dates, breed-specific networking, automated treat delivery systems. With what infrastructure? I asked. Mum clicked her tongue. Always so negative, sweetheart. This is exactly why you're still stuck in that tiny apartment while Casey's out there taking risks and building something. I bit my tongue. They didn't know about Sullivan, about our plans, about the real company we'd been quietly building for the past 3 years. Look, Casey said, pulling up a chair next to me. I've got other investors lined up. Big names, but they want to see family backing first. It's just smart business. Dad leaned forward. Your mother and I have already pledged what we can. This is your chance to be part of something bigger than yourself, Roslyn. To finally contribute. The words stung like they were meant to. 28 years of being the invisible child. And suddenly I had the chance to matter. My phone buzzed. A text from Sullivan. Don't do it. You know he'll burn through it in weeks. I slipped the phone back into my pocket. How much did you say you needed again? Casey's eyes lit up. 50K, but you'll get it back triple, minimum. My friend Heidi's done all the projections. The same Heidi who got sued by her last 3 business partners, I asked. God, why are you being such a bitch about this? Casey snapped. If you don't want to help, just say so. Mum gasped. Dad's fork clattered against his plate. I'm sorry, Casey backpedaled immediately. I'm under a lot of pressure here. This is my shot, sis, please. I looked around the table, at Mom's pleading eyes, at Dad's stern disappointment, at Casey's practiced vulnerability. A lifetime of memories crashed over me. Casey's graduations, where my achievements went unmentioned. Family photos where I was told to stand in the back. Christmas mornings where his pile of presents dwarfed mine. Fine, I said quietly. I'll transfer it tonight. The celebration that followed made me feel sick. Mum cried happy tears. Dad actually hugged me. Casey promised this would change everything. Now, sitting in my dark apartment, I'm about to press that button. My phone buzzes again. Sullivan. Last warning, this isn't even your money to risk. It's seed funding for Skydrop. We've worked too hard. My fingers hover over the keyboard. He's right. This is wrong on every level. But then I remember Dad's words. Finally contribute. I hit transfer. The confirmation screen blinks at me cheerfully, as if I haven't just betrayed 3 years of work with Sullivan, as if I haven't just handed my brother a loaded gun to point at my future. My phone buzzes one final time. Sullivan again. You did it, didn't you? I stare at the message for a long moment, then delete our entire conversation history. In the morning I'll have to face him, have to explain why I gave away our initial seed money to my brother's doomed venture. But right now I just sit in the dark, watching my bank balance drop by $50,000, and wonder how someone so supposedly smart could do something so incredibly stupid. The worst part isn't the money. It's not even betraying Sullivan's trust. It's knowing that somehow, when this all goes wrong, and it will go wrong, they'll find a way to make it my fault. I close my laptop and press my forehead against the cool surface. Happy now, Mum and Dad? I whisper to my empty apartment. I finally contributed. 3 months. That's how long it took for $50,000 to vanish into my brother's revolutionary pet social network. I should have known something was wrong when Casey stopped answering my texts about financial reports. I'm sitting in my parents' living room again, but this time there's no celebratory dinner, just silence and accusation. She pushed me into rushing the launch, Casey says, pacing behind the couch where our parents sit. I told her we needed more time for market research, but she kept demanding updates. I almost laugh. Almost. I sent you 3 texts in 3 months asking for basic accounting. See, Casey throws his hands up, always with the numbers. You suffocated the creative process with your constant pressure. Mom dabs at her eyes with a tissue. Rosalind, how could you do this to your brother? Do this to him? My voice comes out steadier than I feel. He burned through $50,000 in 90 days. No product, no users, nothing. Dad stands up, towering over me like I'm 10 years old again. Your brother had a vision, but you couldn't help micromanaging, could you? Always having to prove you're the smart one. Where did the money go, Casey? I ask, turning to face him. Show me the expenses. Casey's face reddens. Heidi handled most of the... Heidi? I pull out my phone. The same Heidi who posted Instagram stories from Bali last month on what was supposed to be our launch week. Business development, Casey shouts. We were meeting investors at a 5-star resort. Enough! Dad's voice booms through the room. This ends now. Your brother took a risk which is more than you've ever done. He had the courage to try something big, and you sabotaged him with your constant negativity. I stand up slowly. I gave him $50,000, my entire savings. The lie tastes bitter, but I can't tell them about Sullivan. Not now. And look how you gave it, Mom chimes in. With conditions, with judgment. Money doesn't come with strings attached in this family, Rosalind. Unless it's from me, apparently. Casey slumps onto the couch, head in his hands. I trusted you to believe in me. But you wanted me to fail, didn't you? To prove you were right all along. That's not... Get out! Dad points to the door. Until you can take responsibility for what you've done to this family, you're not welcome here. I look at Mom, but she turns away, shoulders shaking with theatrical sobs. Casey won't meet my eyes. Responsibility, I say quietly. Fine, let's talk about responsibility. Let's talk about how Casey spent $15,000 on team-building exercises in Vegas, or how Heidi's business development trip cost more than most people's yearly rent. It's all public record. I pulled the bank statements. You had no right, Casey jumps up. That was confidential company information. It was my money! Dad grabs my arm. I said, get out. You've done enough damage. I wrench away from him. You know what? You're right. I have done enough. I'm done being the family ATM. Done being the scapegoat. Done with all of it. Typical Rosalind, Mom sniffs, making everything about yourself. Your poor brother's dreams are ruined, and all you can think about is money. I walk to the door, then turn back one last time. Casey, tell them about the $20,000 you transferred to your personal account. Tell them about the lease on the new BMW. Tell them anything true, for once in your life. He doesn't. Of course he doesn't. Outside, the summer air feels thick and heavy. My cousin Charlotte runs up to me as I reach my car. I heard everything, she says, hugging me tight. They're wrong. This isn't your fault. I hug her back, then pull away. Thanks, Charlie. But I need to go. At home, I open my laptop. One folder sits on the desktop. Project Skydrop. Inside are 3 years of research, prototypes, and plans. Sullivan's face appears on my screen, a video call. I heard, he says simply. Your brother's startup officially filed for bankruptcy this morning. Sullivan, He holds up a hand. Save it. What's done is done. The question is, are you ready to stop playing their games and build something real? I look at my phone, already flooded with angry messages from family members. Casey's probably told them his version of events by now. In their eyes, I'm the villain of this story. Fine. If they want a villain, I'll give them one. I'm ready, I tell Sullivan. Let's build something they can't ignore. He nods once, then ends the call. I start typing, my fingers flying across the keyboard. They think I'm financially irresponsible. Just wait until they see what I can do with real money and real purpose. This time I'm not asking for permission. I'm not seeking approval. I'm building my revenge, one line of code at a time. 5 years ago, I met Sullivan Warner at a hackathon in San Francisco. I was debugging code at 3 a.m. surrounded by empty Red Bull cans and half-eaten pizza when he stopped at my workstation. Neural interface for accessibility? He peered at my screen. Ambitious. I didn't look up. Someone has to be. He pulled up a chair. Show me. That night changed everything. Now, watching Sullivan pace our small but state-of-the-art lab, I remember why I trusted him from the start. He doesn't just talk. He builds. The prototype's ready, I tell him, adjusting the sleek headset on our test subject, Maria. She's been paralyzed from the neck down for 12 years. Maria, you remember the visualization exercise we practiced? She nods, eyes bright with anticipation. Think about moving my hand, but focus on the cursor. Sullivan stands behind her wheelchair, watching the monitor. The room holds its breath as Maria concentrates. Slowly, impossibly, the cursor begins to move across the screen. Then, with growing confidence, she starts typing, using nothing but her thoughts. Holy shit! Our lead engineer whispers. Maria starts crying. I haven't written anything in 12 years. I squeeze her shoulder. Want to try sending a text? 20 minutes later, Maria has sent messages to her kids, ordered groceries online, and changed her Facebook status, all through Skydrop's neural interface. When we finish, she grabs my hand. You've given me my independence back, she says. How soon can others have this? Soon, Sullivan answers before I can. But first we need backing. Roslyn, it's time to show Phoebe what we've built. Phoebe Marshall arrives exactly on time, her Tesla pulling up to our unmarked building at 2 p.m. She's a legend in venture capital, known for funding the next big thing before anyone else sees it coming. This better be worth the drive, she says, following us into the lab. I'm missing my daughter's soccer game for this. Maria, I say, would you show Ms. Marshall what you can do? For the next 30 minutes, Maria demonstrates Skydrop's capabilities. Shopping, emails, social media, even basic game controls. All through thought alone. Phoebe's professional detachment cracks. The interface response time is incredible. How did you solve the signal delay issue? That would be Roslyn's breakthrough, Sullivan says. She developed a new type of neural pattern recognition algorithm. The same Roslyn who's been working as your research assistant for 5 years. Phoebe raises an eyebrow at Sullivan. I'm starting to see why you've been so secretive about this project. I meet her gaze. We needed time to get it right. No shortcuts. Unlike your brother's venture, she says casually, Pornet was it, quite the spectacular failure. My stomach tightens. You know about that. I make it my business to know everything about potential investments, including family drama. She turns to Sullivan. Smart, keeping her real work hidden. Family money can be complicated. Are you interested in the technology or not? I ask sharply. Phoebe smiles. 20 million for 12%. Sullivan shakes his head. That values us at less than 200 million. After what you've seen, 30 million, 15%, final offer. She pulls out her phone. I can wire the first 10 million tonight. I look at Maria, still happily browsing the internet with her thoughts. Make it 40 million, same equity. But we need guarantees about keeping the technology accessible to people who need it most. Done? Phoebe extends her hand. Welcome to the big leagues, Roslyn. Try not to let your family know just yet. Something tells me they wouldn't understand. After she leaves, Sullivan pours us both a drink. You know what this means. We're 3 weeks from soft launch. After that, everyone knows, I finish, including my family. Are you ready for that? I think about Casey's BMW, bought with my stolen money, about Mom's tears and Dad's accusations, about being called irresponsible while my brother partied in Vegas with investors' cash. They wanted me to contribute something meaningful, I say, raising my glass. Well, here it comes. Sullivan clinks his glass against mine. 2 meaningful contributions. Maria calls out from her workstation. Hey, can I tweet about this yet? Not yet, I tell her, but I'm smiling. But soon, very soon. My phone buzzes. A message from Charlotte. Family dinner tonight. They're all talking about how you betrayed Casey. Wish they knew the truth, I type back. They will, just not today. Looking around our lab at the technology we've built in secret while my family thought I was failing, I feel something shift inside me. The quiet, reliable daughter they ignored is gone. In her place stands someone they won't see coming until it's too late. Sullivan catches my expression. Remember, revenge is best served with an IPO. I laugh, but we both know he's only half joking. In 3 weeks, my family won't just hear about my success. They'll choke on it. The email from my mother arrives at 3 a.m, subject line, family reputation. I shouldn't read it, but I do. Your brother's bankruptcy has become public knowledge. The country club is buzzing with gossip. How could you let this happen to our family? Your father can barely show his face at work. If you had just been more supportive, given Casey the time he needed. I close the laptop harder than necessary. My phone lights up, Charlotte sending screenshots from our family's group chat, the one I've been removed from. Casey, starting fresh. Sometimes you have to fall to rise stronger. Shagging resilience, Ash entrepreneur life. Mum, so proud of my brave boy. Dad, that's my son, always getting back up. Attached is a photo of Casey at some rooftop bar, champagne in hand, tagged at the Ritz-Carlton. Below it, comments from family friends. Sorry about your sister's sabotage, and some people just don't understand business. Charlotte's message follows. This is insane. You gave him 50K and he's partying at the Ritz. I start typing a response but stop when another notification pops up. A memory from Facebook. 8 years ago. My college graduation. I'm in the background of a family photo, barely visible behind Casey, who's throwing up peace signs despite having dropped out 2 years earlier. Your brother's finding himself, Mom had said when he quit school. That takes courage. When I made Dean's List, don't get too proud, sweetheart. Nobody likes a show-off. My phone rings. It's Sullivan. Stop reading whatever you're reading, he says, without preamble. The prototype testing went perfectly today. Focus on that. They're saying I destroyed the family reputation. Good. Let them. In 3 weeks, they can update their definition of family reputation to include having a billionaire tech founder they disowned. I laugh despite myself. Billionaire might be stretching it. Phoebe called. 2 more major VCs want in. We're oversubscribed for the Series A. A notification slides in. Mum's posted old photos of Casey's high school graduation. Our family's true success story, reads the caption. Roslyn, Sullivan's voice sharpens. Are you listening? Sorry, just watching my mother's latest social media campaign. Remember when you won that national coding competition in high school? Yeah, they forgot to come to the ceremony. Casey had a football game. And now you're about to launch technology that will change millions of lives. He pauses. While your brother posts poolside selfies with borrowed money. My doorbell rings. It's Charlotte, holding 2 bottles of wine and looking furious. I'll call you back, I tell Sullivan. Charlotte bursts in. Have you seen what they're posting? It's like they're living in an alternate reality. She pulls up Instagram. Casey's posted another photo, this time with an inspirational quote about rising from adversity. The comments are full of our relatives, calling him brave, calling him resilient. Look at this one. Charlotte scrolls to a post from my mother. It's a throwback photo of Casey winning Most Likely to Succeed in high school. The caption reads, "Some people try to hold our children back out of jealousy, but true talent always shines through. They've completely erased you," Charlotte says softly, "like you never existed." I take a long drink of wine. Remember my 10th birthday, when Casey crashed my party with his football team and Mom turned it into his celebration instead? Because he'd made second string. Charlotte pours more wine. God, they were always like this, weren't they? We just couldn't see it clearly back then. My phone buzzes with a text from an unknown number. It's Heidi, Casey's ex-business partner. "Your brother's telling everyone you forced him to rush the launch. Just FYI. Also, he still owes me $30,000. I block the number. Charlotte grabs my laptop. "We should say something. Post the bank statements. Show everyone what really happened." "No." I take the laptop back. "Let them post their photos. Let them rewrite history. In 3 weeks, none of it will matter." "What happens in 3 weeks?" I smile. "I can't tell you yet, but trust me, they'll all know soon enough." Charlotte studies my face. "You're planning something big, aren't you? That's why you're so calm about all this." Let's just say Casey isn't the only one who knows how to rise from adversity. Later, after Charlotte leaves, I open my work laptop. The SkyDrop interface glows back at me, our latest test results showing unprecedented success rates. Tomorrow, we start trials at 3 major hospitals. My phone lights up one last time. Dad's posted now. An old photo of him teaching Casey to ride a bike. A father's greatest joy is watching his child succeed. No matter how many times they fall, you never lose faith. I close all my social media apps and open my project files instead. They want to talk about success, about rising from adversity, about faith and family legacy. Fine. In 3 weeks, I'll give them something to post about. The hospital boardroom falls silent as Maria types on the screen using nothing but her thoughts. 20 of the country's top neurologists watch, their coffee cups frozen halfway to their mouths. "Any questions?" I ask, standing beside her wheelchair. Dr. Roberts, head of neurology, clears his throat. The response time, it's impossible. There's virtually no delay between thought and action. Not impossible, I correct him, just unprecedented. Who did you say you work for again? Another doctor leans forward. I'm a product representative for SkyDrop Technologies. The lie comes easily now. Sullivan and I agreed, until the launch, I'm nobody. Just another tech worker showing off a prototype. Maria smiles. Whatever they're paying you, it's not enough. This technology gave me my life back. A young journalist raises his hand, Santiago Fleming from Tech Insider. We didn't invite press, but he somehow talked his way in. How long has this been in development? I'm not authorized to discuss company details, I say smoothly, but I can show you more features. For the next hour, Maria demonstrates how she can control smart home devices, write emails, and even play simple games. The doctors whisper among themselves. Santiago takes furious notes. After the demonstration, he corners me in the hallway. You're not just a product rep. Excuse me, your answers are too technical. You understand the underlying architecture too well. He pulls out his phone. And I can't find any record of SkyDrop Technologies before 6 months ago. I maintain my practiced smile. I'm afraid I can't help you with that. Come on, he grins. Give me something. This tech could change everything. People deserve to know the story behind it. They will, soon. Back at the lab, Sullivan's waiting with Phoebe. They're both grinning. The hospital trials exceeded every benchmark, Sullivan says. All 3 locations are demanding immediate contracts. Phoebe hands me a tablet. And the valuation just hit $387 million. Pre-IPO talks start next week. My phone buzzes. Charlotte's texting. You need to see this. She sent a link to Casey's LinkedIn post. Excited to announce my new venture capital consultancy. Failure taught me valuable lessons about due diligence and family trust. And blessed hunch your new beginnings. Your brother's got nerve, Sullivan remarks, reading over my shoulder, using his spectacular failure as a selling point. He's always been good at failing upward, I mutter. Phoebe clears her throat. Speaking of family, are you ready for next week? Once we announce, everything changes. I'm ready. I hand her back the tablet, but I want to be the one who does the reveal interview. Risky, Sullivan warns. Your family. My family thinks I'm a failure who destroyed their precious reputation. Let them keep thinking that for 6 more days. Santiago calls 3 times that evening. I let it go to voicemail. He's getting closer. I can tell from his messages. There's no record of you working in tech before this. Your background is fascinating. Why hide your involvement? Charlotte visits later, bringing takeout and questions. Something's happening, isn't it? You're different lately, calmer, like you know something everyone else doesn't. I pour us both wine. How's the family group chat? Toxic. Casey's playing the Phoenix Rising from Ashes card. Mum's calling him her resilient entrepreneur. Dad's talking about writing a book about supporting children through business failures. And what are they saying about me? She winces. Nothing. It's like you never existed. Perfect, I smile. Let them enjoy their narrative. Roz, you're scaring me a little. My phone rings again. Santiago. This time I answer. Fine, coffee tomorrow, off the record. Charlotte raises her eyebrows as I hang up. Who was that? Someone who's about to help me write a new story. I clink my glass against hers. One where the invisible daughter isn't so invisible anymore. Later that night, I get an email from Maria. Used Skydrop to video chat with my kids today. First time in 12 years I could press the call button myself. Thank you isn't enough. I forward it to Sullivan with one line. This is why we built it. He replies immediately. No. You built it because you saw something everyone else missed. Just like your family missed what was right in front of them. My laptop pings, a news alert about Casey. He's speaking at a small business conference about overcoming setbacks. The photo shows him on stage, my parents beaming in the front row. Enjoy the spotlight, big brother, I whisper to my empty apartment. You've got 6 more days. The Skydrop interface glows on my desk, ready for tomorrow's final trial. Soon everyone will know what I've built while they were busy erasing me. Soon they'll understand what real success looks like. But first, I have coffee with a journalist who's about to help me change the narrative forever. Santiago orders a black coffee and gets straight to the point. You're the founder of Skydrop, aren't you? What makes you say that? I stir my latte, keeping my expression neutral. He pulls out his laptop. Because I did some digging. 3 years of stealth development, revolutionary neural interface technology. And, at the centre of it all, a mysterious team that nobody can identify. He looks up. Except I found your thesis from grad school, the underlying theory for Skydrop's core technology. It's all there. I say nothing. But here's where it gets interesting, he continues. 6 months ago, your brother's startup imploded. Your family blamed you for its failure. They've been practically crucifying you on social media. But the whole time I was building something that actually works, I finish. Something that matters. His eyes light up. Give me the exclusive, the full story. I glance at my phone. A text from Sullivan. It's time. Okay, I tell Santiago, but we do this my way. The article drops exactly 1 week later. The headline reads, "The Invisible Founder, How Rosalyn Harris Built a 400-year Tech Empire While Her Family Erased Her." Santiago didn't hold back. He detailed everything: the years of secret development, the successful trials, the revolutionary technology. But he also dug into the family drama, Casey's failed startup, my investment in it, their public smear campaign against me. My phone explodes within minutes. First, Charlotte. "Holy shit, I knew it." Then Heidi, Casey's ex-partner. "Should have partnered with you instead." Sullivan calls. "It's going viral. Tech Twitter is on fire. Your brother's trending, but not in a good way." I'm about to reply when my father's name appears on my screen. For the first time in 6 months, he's calling me. "Don't answer," Sullivan warns. I answer. "What have you done?" Dad's voice shakes with rage. "Your brother's speaking engagement just got cancelled. Your mother's crying. Our phones are exploding with reporters." "Funny," I cut him off. "Now you know how it feels to have your reputation destroyed by family." "This is different. We're your parents." "Who disowned me? Who blamed me for Casey's failure? Who erased me from family photos? We need to meet, face to face, now." I check my email. Speaking requests, interview offers, investment proposals flooding in. "Sorry, Dad. I'm a bit busy running my $400 million company. You know, the one I built while you were celebrating Casey's resilience." He switches tactics. "Sweetheart, we didn't know. If you'd just told us..." "Like you would have believed me. Like you believed me about Casey's spending." My mother's voice joins in. I'm on speaker. "We're still your family. You can't just..." Actually I can. Check the markets. Skydrop just announced our IPO date." I hang up as Santiago calls. "Your story just got picked up by every major tech outlet. Twitter's calling it the revenge story of the year." Charlotte sends another text. "Mom's having a meltdown in the family group chat. Casey's gone silent. Dad's threatening to fix this." I forward the messages to Sullivan, who replies, "Worth it?" Before I can answer, a new email arrives. From Casey, subject line, "Please, sis, I know I messed up, but this is destroying us. Mum can't stop crying. Dad's law firm partners are asking questions. My consulting clients are pulling out. Can't we talk about this, like family?" I start typing. "Family? You mean like when you blamed me for your failure? Like when you partied at the Ritz with my money? Like when you let them erase me?" Delete. Instead, I send him a single link to Maria's public testimonial about how Skydrop changed her life. Below it, I write, "This is what real contribution looks like." My phone rings again. Santiago. "You're trending #1, he says. "People are calling you the stealth genius who built an empire while your family tried to destroy you. Your brother's motivational speaking website just went offline." "Good. But here's the thing," he hesitates. "Some are saying you planned this, that you let your family hang themselves with their own social media posts while you built your revenge in secret. Did you?" I think about Casey's champagne photos, Mom's cruel posts, Dad's speeches about family legacy. "The truth," I tell him. "They wrote this story themselves. I just provided the ending." As if on cue, my father's name flashes on my phone again. This time, I let it ring. Sullivan messages. "Press conference tomorrow. Ready to show them what you've really built?" I look at my laptop, where Maria's testimonial plays on repeat, where thousands of comments pour in from people whose lives our technology could change. "Ready," I reply. "Time to rewrite the family legacy." The family dinner table looks exactly the same, but everything else has changed. Mum's perfect makeup can't hide her puffy eyes. Dad's hands shake slightly as he grips his fork. Casey stares at his plate, uncharacteristically silent. "Well," Dad finally says, "you wanted this meeting, huh? Talk." I take a slow sip of water. Actually, you demanded this meeting. I'm just here out of curiosity. Curiosity? Mum's voice rises. Our family is being torn apart, and you're treating it like some experiment. Funny how family matters to you now. I set down my glass. Where was this concern when you were erasing me from photos, when you were calling me financially irresponsible? Casey looks up. I tried to apologise. By email. After my company's valuation hit the news, I pull out my phone. Want to see the exact message? Right after your speaking engagement got cancelled. That's not fair, Mom interjects. Your brother's trying to make things right. Like he tried to make things right with the $50,000 he stole. Borrowed, Casey corrects weakly. For Vegas trips? For a BMW? For Heidi's luxury vacation? Dad slams his hand on the table. Enough, we're here to fix this, to be a family again. Fix what, exactly? I lean forward. Your reputation, your social standing, Casey's consulting business. Charlotte, who's been quietly recording everything on her phone, speaks up. Maybe start with an actual apology for, the months of public shaming. We were hurt, Mum says. We thought you'd betrayed your brother's trust, so you destroyed mine. I stand up. You know what the difference is between Casey's startup and mine? His was built on hype and other people's money. Mine was built on years of work you never bothered to notice. If you just told us, Dad starts, would you have believed me? Or would you have told Casey immediately, let him try to take credit somehow? Casey flinches. That's not... Remember my coding competition in high school? The one you skipped for his football game? I won first place nationally. It could have paid for college. But you didn't even ask. Mum starts crying. We're trying to understand. No, you're trying to control the narrative again. But this time it's not working, is it? Dad switches tactics. What do you want? Money, recognition. We can have a proper family celebration for your success. I laugh. Now you want to celebrate? After Santiago's article forced you to acknowledge me. The article was a hit piece, Casey bursts out. You humiliated us. The article was the truth, every word, including the bank statements showing where my money went. Charlotte's phone catches everything. Mom's mascara running, Dad's reddening face, Casey's desperate attempts to backpedal. What do you want from us? Mom whispers. Nothing. I pick up my bag. That's the beauty of it. I don't need your approval anymore. I don't need your recognition. I built something that's helping people while you were busy protecting Casey's ego. Please, Dad stands. We can fix this. As a family, we'll make a public statement, show our support. Too late. The IPO announcement goes live tomorrow. Skydrop will be valued at over $1 billion, and not one of you can claim any part of that success. Casey makes one last attempt. Sis, please, my reputation is exactly what you earned. I head for the door. Just like mine. Charlotte follows me out, still recording. That was intense. Send me the video. Why? Planning more revenge? I smile. No, that was the last piece I needed. For what? For showing the world exactly who they are. One last time. My phone buzzes. Sullivan. You're trending again. Someone leaked footage of your brother partying in Vegas with your investment money. I look at Charlotte, who grins. Oops. The next morning, every tech blog carries the story. The video of last night's dinner goes viral. My parents' attempts at manipulation, Casey's fake remorse, all of it exposed. Santiago calls. Your family's trying to do damage control. Your brother just posted a lengthy apology on LinkedIn. Too little? Too late? Way too late. Your story's being called the tech revenge saga of the decade. I hang up as another call comes in. Dad, again. This time his voice is different, broken. The partners are asking me to take early retirement, he says. Your mother's garden club uninvited her. Casey's lost every client. Karma's interesting, isn't it? We're your family, he tries one last time. No, I reply. You're the people who taught me exactly what not to be. I end the call and open my laptop to finish my IPO announcement speech. Tomorrow, I'll tell the world about Skydrop's mission to help people like Maria, about technology that actually matters. And my family, they can watch from the audience just like I did all those years, silent, invisible, finally understanding what it feels like. The view from my office shows the city skyline, dominated by Skydrop's new headquarters. Below, a crowd gathers for the building's opening ceremony. Somewhere in that crowd, my family watches, uninvited but unable to stay away. "Ready?" Sullivan asks from the doorway. I adjust my blazer. "Almost. Your brother's trying to get past security again, says he has a business proposal." "Of course he does." I check my phone. Another missed call from Mum. A text from Dad about family healing. Charlotte bursts in. "You need to see this. Casey's posting live from outside." His Instagram story shows him in front of our building. "So proud of my sister's success. Family is everything, and I'm proud brother barn tech family." "Unbelievable," Charlotte mutters. "No," I correct her. "Predictable." Maria wheels into my office, using Skydrop's latest interface to navigate her chair. The auditorium's full. Every major tech publication is here. I take one last look at my phone. Casey's still posting, trying to rewrite history again. Mum's joined in, sharing old photos she must have dug up, captioning them with, "Always knew she was special." Dad's professional network is suddenly full of posts about supporting innovative daughters. "They never learn, do they?" Sullivan observes. "They can't," I reply, "because they still think this is about them." The auditorium falls silent as I take the stage. In the front row, Maria sits with other beta testers, people whose lives Skydrop has already changed. Behind them, investors and journalists lean forward, hungry for the next chapter. "Everyone expects me to talk about revenge today," I begin, "about how I built this company while my family tried to erase me. That story's already been told." Movement at the back catches my eye. Casey trying to slip in. Security stops him. Instead, I want to talk about Maria, about James, Sarah, and Michael, about the millions of people who've lost their independence through injury or illness. Because while my family was busy posting about resilience, these people were showing me what real strength looks like. I gesture to Maria, who raises her hand, controlled by Skydrop's interface. The audience gasps. This technology wasn't built on revenge. It was built on something my family never understood. The difference between taking credit and creating value. Santiago, in the press section, types furiously. My phone buzzes with notifications as my words go viral in real time. So, yes, I let them think I failed. I let them write their posts and give their speeches. Because while they were busy managing their image, we were here, building something real. Maria demonstrates the interface, drawing applause. Other beta testers join in, showing how Skydrop has transformed their lives. Success isn't about proving people wrong, I continue. It's about proving yourself right, and sometimes the people who try to erase you just end up erasing themselves. After the presentation, Charlotte shows me social media. Casey's gone quiet. Mum's deleted her recent posts. Dad's LinkedIn has been deactivated. "They finally got the message," she says. "No," Sullivan interjects. "They finally lost control of it." Maria approaches, smiling. "Ready for the hospital announcements?" I nod. We're launching in 50 major medical centres next month. Thousands of patients waiting. "Ms. Harris," a young woman stops me. "I'm a computer science student. Your story. It inspired me to keep going when my own family didn't believe in me." I think of my younger self staying up late coding while my family celebrated Casey's latest non-achievement. "Build something that matters," I tell her. "The rest is just noise." Sullivan hands me a tablet, stock price soaring, pre-orders flooding in. "Want to check the family group chat?" "No need." I look out at the city. at the Skydrop logo glowing against the darkening sky. Their story isn't mine anymore. Charlotte hugs me. Was it worth it? All of it? I watch Maria demonstrating Skydrop to a group of doctors, her face glowing with independence and possibility. Look around, I say. This isn't about revenge anymore. It's about legacy, the real kind. My phone buzzes one last time. Casey again. Please, sis, one meeting, for family's sake. I delete the message without responding. Outside my window, the city lights twinkle, each one representing someone whose life we might change. Someone whose story matters more than family drama and social media posts. Sullivan clears his throat. The next presentation starts in 10 minutes. Ready to focus on what's real? I pocket my phone, leaving the past where it belongs. Always was. The audience waits below, but they're not here for family drama or revenge. They're here for innovation, for change, for actual value created. That's a story worth telling. That's a legacy worth building. And this time, no one can erase it.